So most definitely, like the rules, like late George Carlin made a really excellent point on the Ten Commandments. Like, nobody knows them except thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal and kill. And all right, what type of person would kill and steal? But the worst part of stealing is emotional stealing. It's what narcissists do. They completely destroy their victim that they chose, totally erasing who they are. And my husband was awful and did that, and so did Pretend a Lot Narcissist. Both men almost made me go totally, completely insane. I mean, they were obsessed over me. I mean, I don't know why Pretend a Lot Narcissist can't be real. 2 months, he didn't let me go. And I do have a friend, Kathleen, who knew that I wasn't even allowed to talk on the phone with her. He was exactly the same as my horrifying husband. He's just that, they're both that horrifying to me. Like, I'm not allowed to talk to another human being on the phone. I'm not allowed to talk to Kathy on the phone to say, I don't know how I'm going to make it the next day because I'm screamed at for an hour every day. I can't take it. I don't know what to do. So abusers have no clue what they put their victims through. Now, he knew all about me, Pretend a Lot Narcissist. So, because he knew everything about me and how awful my husband really was, then he just decided to treat me that bad. He didn't give a shit about me at all. He could care less. He is, just think if you're Satan. Oh, that's how bad your husband treats you? You're not allowed to talk to anybody or leave his sight? Wow, then you're the best victim I ever had, Pretend a Lot Narcissist thought back in 2019. Wow, this is the best victim I could ever have. She's abused to death, and wow, that means I can do that too and get away with it. Wow, this is great. This is why victims never, ever, ever get any help. The only help they ever get, the only help for them in this world are predators, like Pretend a Lot Narcissists. Like, no, and that's really sad. Why doesn't a church help out a victim? And I went to his church, and I will never go back because of 2019. I'm crying to a number of people, and they didn't care. Like, well, anywhere to go. And, it's sad. It's sad that there's nowhere for a homeless person to go. Seriously, that's really bad. Really bad. So my husband was getting out of jail. Now, of course, Pretend a Lot Narcissist didn't care whatsoever about me at all. And I had to pay my son $20. Now, my husband's jealous. I'm like, just like Pretend a Lot Narcissist, super jealous. I'm not allowed to talk to Kathy. And Kathy knows that. She knew, the hell I went through in 2019. God, I had a breakdown in her place. And Pretend a Lot Narcissist drove me there and was sitting in her living room area and didn't remember any of it, just like friendlies. Has no memory of me screaming, having an emotional breakdown. Now, he remembers me talking about it. So then he lies. He's a very good master manipulator. Yeah, I remember that you were crying, and so he remembers what I said last year. He remembers what I said last year. And then he just master manipulator. He originally he didn't remember me having an emotional breakdown 2019, the end of 2019. I just screamed, I'm worthless. I can't do anything right. I am the worst, mom, the worst person to be around. I can't do one thing right. I can't do one thing right. I'm so awful. I am so ungrateful. I don't deserve to live. Why am I living? I'm a lady who should never have been born. I'm screaming all this shit. Pretend Alot Narcissist didn't give a fuck. Didn't care at all. He never cared about me. He just knew, like, when my husband was alive and him, they knew that, oh, I had a girlfriend named Kathy. Oh, well, I mean, maybe all their demons, they're like, maybe I should drive her to Kathy's, because, like, that's how bad. That's how awful. They made me want to die. So maybe it's a Kathy day. Because maybe I would have killed myself if he wouldn't have allowed me to go over to Kathy's, because of how awful he was to me, attacking me. Like, oh, maybe I should take you over to Kathy's. I should take you over to Kathy's. Yeah, maybe I was, yeah. And, I mean, recently on the phone, he was like, now, I only remember the blueberries. I let you open the refrigerator. Not once, not one fucking time did he ever allow me to open the refrigerator. What you open the refrigerator? Exactly the same as, we're not going to take it video. That's Pretend Alot Narcissist to me the whole fucking time in his fucking place. I mean, my God. And he has no memory of me yelling at me, opening up his refrigerator. Like, what the hell, man? I can eat my peanut butter and fucking open up, Dole cans of fucking pineapple on the damn fucking floor. I'm capable of, living out of cans and peanut butter and jelly and nuts. Like, the hell? I'm the little rat in the corner. He didn't give a fuck about me. Told the truth, nothing but the truth. But when my husband came out of jail, he stole all my shit in his car. So after he stole my $800 out of my coat pockets, they were in a red coat. Big, deep pockets in the coats. One had $400 in 20s, and the other side had $100 bills. And he just stole them. And he's like, I was sleeping peaceably, and you woke me up out of my sleep. So he took them, and I was screaming bloody murder. I mean, that's my only freedom, to try to stay sane from this fucking nutcase that wouldn't stop bothering me. He doesn't understand. Can you just leave me alone? He's one of these people that will not leave you alone and just keep on bothering you and bothering you and bothering you and bothering you. And you're right there. So he has his eye over your shoulder. And like, what are you doing? Just crazy. So I screamed bloody murder, and he attacked me, threw me on his kitchen floor, like, and he almost suffocated me too. He's like, I couldn't breathe. I like, fighting like hell. I mean, like, horrifying. He was suffocating me. And I got up somehow, and I was able to call Kathy and tell Kathy, he stole my $800, Kathy. What am I going to do? So he goes back in his fucking bedroom area, gets one of the envelopes, but he had to get the ones with the $100 bills, not the 20s, because the $100 bills were more harder to spend. And he pretends that he found it underneath the sink. I'm not allowed around the sink. Oh, check that one out, liar. Oh, that was a really good place for you to try to find it. Yeah, what? What fucking joke. I'm not allowed around the sink. So, what a fucking lie. Oh my God. So, he pretended to find that, and I went downstairs asleep in the car. Like, at least I got $400 in ones. Like, whatever. He probably did it that second in time. He bagged up all of me and my husband's shit and put it in his car. Now, why would he do that? He's a narcissist. Little spoiled little brat. Totally emotionally stunted. Totally wanted control in my life. So, taking all of me and my husband's clothes in winter? Dead winter. Deliberately taking all of our stuff, my food stamp card, my $400 in 20s, Oh, I'm not allowed. He would never, ever put my belongings in my husband's car. Now, his pastor doesn't see that this is, wrong behavior. Both cars, The lazy piece of shit, white trash asshole that he is. Total white trash. Jerry Springer style. Total white trash. Both of our cars are parked side by side each other. Okay. And he couldn't put my belongings in my husband's vehicle. Shows you how much of a controlling abuser he really was. Right there. That's the proof. Right there. And stuck in his car for another 2 months until my husband got out. And it was like, oh my God. What a horrifying entity to be forced to deal with. Oh, that wasn't deliberate? Oh, or I probably was sleeping. Probably happened 3 o'clock in the morning. So 4 o'clock, I'm sleeping in my husband's car and he's busy taking down 8 huge black trash bags. Where does he put them at? In his car. So I was forced to deal with him, acting like he's the good guy. Now you were so bad last night, drunk, like you stole my $800, and then he did worse than that. Of course, I was the whole fucking time my husband was in jail, and my asshole husband had $3,000 in the bank account. If he would have just given me $1,000, just so I could have tried to manage to stay at Kathy's. My God. He was a total nightmare to me. So that my whole point is, my husband was just as jealous as Pretend Alot Narcissist. I'm not allowed to talk to anybody. Even a girl. Especially guys. But even a girl. I'm not allowed to talk to a girl. Kathy. There's my husband and Pretend Alot Narcissist. They're rotten. Oh, I see. She's lying. He drove me over there when I was having an emotional breakdown because of him. And he kind of sensed that. I don't even see how the fuck these monsters sense anything. But yeah, they kind of figured out, I was really mean to her. Maybe I should take her to Kathy's to try to let her live. Maybe she'd probably kill herself because of me, because I'm that awful. I make her want to die. Oh, maybe I can give a little tiny bit, just a little tiny Just a little tiny crumb. Take her to Kathy's and give her that little crumb. Just awful, awful, awful. Awful. So, yeah, he had no right to steal all of my husband's and my stuff and throw it in his vehicle when my husband's red Caravan's sitting right in front. So I had no reason for that. Whatever excuses he made up. Well, I tried to get you to open your car. Like, why would I open my car to a violent, insane person like you? Well, I tried. I mean, he made me go up to his place. Almost get in my husband's car. And yeah, the events were so traumatic with him that I can't piece them together. Linear logically. Yeah, he's just attacking me every fucking day. And what he really did is just awful. It's just awful. Of course I didn't want to be around him. Of course I was afraid to death of him. I mean, even though he's an ugly old man, ugliest old man in the history of the planet to me. Seriously. But there are probably others that I don't want to meet him. I don't need any old men anymore. Just leave me alone. I had enough abuse. I had too much abuse. So, yeah, my whole point with this is him not only stealing my $400 on my food stamp card to have total control over me, deliberately packaging everything up and just throwing them in my his car. So I was trying before like January 15th, my husband 2020, my husband was going to get out of jail soon, and he wouldn't let me get my stuff. Do you know, I probably should have just died then. My husband would have killed me. He didn't care. He's jealous. My husband's jealous. But I have to deal with I'm forced to deal with the two worst fucking insane abusers of all time. Like, what the fuck? What the hell am I supposed to do? This is awful that he can't even give me the 8 bags, and these cars are parked side by side each other. He can't open up his door and throw out the 8 bags so I can throw them into my husband's red Caravan. Nope. Spoiled little brat, little temper tantrum, little emotionally stunted. They are emotionally stunted. Nope. They're horrifying. They're absolutely horrifying. So, I was forced to pay Alexander $20. And he still wouldn't do it. He was nosy, and he was looking around, and he came down, and he saw me and Alexander smoking a cigar, and he said it was pot. And he's like, I saw you smoking. I'm not going to allow any pot smokers around me. I said it was a cigar. Now, my husband's getting out of jail soon. I don't want to be beaten up. I don't want to die yet. But I'm just like, maybe I should have just died. Yeah, he didn't care. He was controlled, jealous. No. Even though I paid him $20, so I had to go to the front of the building. And I had to yell to someone there. I can't believe I paid him $20 and he will not allow me to get my husband's belongings out of his car and put them in my car where they should have went to begin with. And he came flying down. I mean, he was there in 1 second. Even though he's a handicap, he's there in 1 fucking second. Such a fucking liar. And he finally allowed me to do that. And I'm not sure. The car was dead. So I had to be driven to the hotel, and I'm not sure. I gave Alexander $600 because Pretend a Lot Narcissist would have definitely have stolen that also. Oh my god, like, I can't trust him. Oh my god, just awful. So at least I had Alexander to save me. Certainly not Pretend a Lot Narcissist at that second in time. So he was able to buy my hotel room for a week. Then when, and then was trying to find my husband. Right. So yeah, I was able to do that somehow. With the craziest man on the fucking planet, Pretend a Lot Narcissist, I was somehow able to do that. Alexander went along in the car. Alexander was able to pay for my hotel room. And, I couldn't get, and the whole time that he's abusing me to death, he gives Purple Alien God $2,000 to stay wherever she wants, beating me up to death and abusing me to death and making me want to die. He's giving her $2,000. That's why Earth is hell. Like, what? He chose me to be his victim, and then he chooses to be victimized by Purple Alien God. And apparently Purple Alien God, as a godmother, abuses him too, so that's his choice. He wants to be abused by them. No one can stop that. No one can stop narcissists. Narcissists do whatever they want to fucking do and get away with it. So that was the hardest thing for me to do, and somehow my son had clothes that my mom was going to donate. So I had to beg for these donated clothes because Pretend a Lot Narcissist wasn't. Now I'm talking about, after he stole all the bags and put them in his car. Thank God that my son was able to give me a bag of clothes. Pretend a Lot Narcissist didn't give a fuck about me at all. All my clothes were in his car. He's the controlling, insane abuser and would not. So I had to go out of my way to get donated clothes. And, that day, he had some of my donated clothes in his apartment. You figure out he stole my magnesium vitamins. He stole my fucking clothes that were donated. But, it was a nice cotton straight top, blue. It was nice. He stole some nice clothes. Who the fuck is he? Yeah, he lets these two women in his life. I'm sorry, aliens. Two aliens in his life to, I'm not supposed to give away their gender. Totally taking advantage of him, give him $2,000 here, $60 there, Hey. Me, he abuses to death. And, even stealing my donated clothes. I mean, I noticed, and me and Alexander went up to see if we could find anything more in his fucking place. Alex just said, no, I can't deal with this. I can't deal with this. This is going to take fucking an hour. There he is looking at us and thinking that we're going to steal something of his when it's really yours. And the shit was just thrown everywhere. Just the fucking bag and my vitamins I was able to buy. And he stole some of them. He stole some of my vitamins, stole my clothes. Why wouldn't he? He never didn't give a fuck about me. And he just... No, you have to be in my apartment where your vitamins and you donated clothes. So, Alexander couldn't handle that. I was like, yeah, well, at least, I got the main bags for 2 months that were in his car. At least I got them. And, so then we had to deal with him, driving me to the hotel. And Alexander had I think that was another day. I don't know how. I'm not sure because I went through so much hell with Pretend Alot Narcissist. I'm not sure how that day went.